Hello, innocent people. My name is Detective Kate Beckett, and this time I am solving the case of the Smith family. The Smith family is one of the wealthiest families in the country, and they have always been noted for being a perfect family, until today. Unfortunately, the body of Thomas Smith, Mr. Smith's eldest son, was found bleeding lifeless in the living room of the Smith mansion. Our objective is to find the murderer according to the following facts that I will present to you. It was Friday night. The sirens of police cars were heard as I approached the crime scene. The first one I saw was Mrs. Smith. She looked scared and nervous, arguing with the officers that the ambulance were not arriving in time to save the life of her precious son. When I turned around, I saw Mr. Smith sitting on the porch of the mansion. He had a disoriented expression on his face, as if wondering who would continue his legacy now that his son couldn't. I entered the mansion to observe the body, and there he was, in the main room, Tom Smith, the eldest son of the Smiths, who had been known as a woman nurse and a partier, everyone friends, lay in the living room of his own home that night. If everyone wanted to be surrounded by him and his fortune, who would dare to kill him? I went out to the courtyard of the mansion in case there was something important that could help me to solve the crime. Suspiciously, I found Lisa Smith, the youngest daughter of the family, climbing a tree as if running away from something. I approached her to ask her what was happening, and she only gave me an answer that left me with a feeling that she was not being honest with me. I was in the tree because my twin brothers had been crying for hours because they lost a toy, and I was looking for it in the tree. Reviewing the sounds around the crime scene, I realized that Lisa's alibi might fit in because by paying more attention to the ambient noise, the twins, Leo and Matthew Smith, could be heard crying from their room. Looking around the yard, I saw the family dog exhausted in the grass, as if it had been chasing or barking at someone. That someone could be our killer. Looking out onto the sidewalk outside the Smiths' luxury mansion, all of the neighbors were chatting and muttering the facts among themselves. After reviewing the evidence very well and gathering the facts, I came to the conclusion that the culprit of the murder of the Smith sons was Lisa, his own sister. But something tells me that she didn't act alone. If her brother had just been murdered, why would Lisa be worrying about a toy of her brother's that was in the trees? I think she was escaping, or that she was trying to get rid of the murder weapon. This reminds me of the exhausted dog. It would not make sense for the family dog to bark at the Smith's daughter. But if he saw a stranger approach, it is most likely that the dog will get upset and start barking and chasing the intruder. No one outside the Smiths entered the main house, but Lisa's boyfriend, who is not known to the family, came to the patio to pick up the murder weapon and dispose of it. But how do I know it was the boyfriend and not someone else? Because when turning to where the neighbors were, everyone was whispering about the facts except for one boy. He was talking on the phone, avoiding the eyes of the officers, and when I turned to see the crime scene, Lisa was also on the phone. Most likely is that they were talking together about the murder weapon. We then conclude that Lisa is responsible for the murder of her brother and her boyfriend is guilty of covering up the murder weapon. But why did Lisa kill her brother? As her brother was the only man old enough to handle the family business, Lisa would be left out of the large fortune, and if she needed anything, she would have to ask her brother, with whom she had always had a bad relationship. That is for today, innocent people. See you at another crime scene, hoping it's not any of you. See you later.